Comments, your responses to the major stories of the day, what's coming and what's already been on the show. We're going to look now at a tweet.
Yeah, indeed. And the question of the day, remember, is do church leaders have major influence, perhaps even undue influence over congregants? The Timothy Omotoso trial involving rape and trafficking, incredible claims, raising a whole lot of issues, including this sort of influence. Let's take a look at what our tweet says.
All right, let's educate our people that no one talks to God. Let's just put it as bluntly as all that. If someone says God was talking to me, tell them to go to the psychiatric ward. Mkhwana Zakaluva, the chairperson of the CRL Commission, #Omotoso trial. That's, of course, the South African Secular Society tweeting that, saying that if anybody claims to have a direct line to the Almighty, they need help.
So I think this is a good throw forward to on the record at about 8 o'clock. We'll be speaking to Toko Mkhwana, who is head of the CRL Commission. And remember, they've been looking after the doom saga at abuses in churches. And then can you regulate churches? But how far do you go? Because there is a constitutional right to freedom of religion.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's been quite extraordinary to see the kind of support that pastors like Omotoso have received from those who believe they can do no wrong. All right, we're not only just taking your tweets, of course, we're also welcoming your voice notes. Keep them under 30 seconds. We always say, tell us who you are, where you are from. Here's one.
Hi, Bongani, it's Calvin Chabalala from Giyani. So others get awards from Feast Must Fall, and then others goes to jail. Hey, yeah, South Africa. South Africa is amazing, né? Can surprise you sometimes.
All right, of course, the award being recognized, that's part of our conversation we're going to have a little later on. Look, the fact is, Francis, I mean, you and I have been in the media game for a very long time. The people who give the interviews, the people who are there at every scene of whatever is happening, they're the ones who get recognized as leaders of this movement. Now, of course, the Fees Must Fall movement had a lot of intersections around race, around women's issues, around all kinds of issues as a movement. It is, of course, the biggest post-apartheid people's movement, and that's certainly something we're going to have to give some attention a little later on in the show. But it is a controversial point. Who do you recognize? Do you choose one and not the entire movement? And how do you receive such an award without feeling a little uncomfortable, if not awkward, that others have not been recognized?
So it's often been raised, given amnesty for anybody who was implicated, but I believe that's a completely different matter. That was people involved in violence, vandalism. I don't think that is part of the movement. Maybe it was one of the intersections, like you say. But that's the paradox, somebody being recognized on the global stage while others still fighting for that amnesty. Well,
some still languishing in prison. Of course, we're going to be talking to Fasiha Hassan, who has been recognized in Norway for her role in the Fees Must Fall movement. Stay with us. Next, we're going to look at your rands and cents.